Now, based on the latest chapter of One Piece, and I said it before in a previous video, and I'm going to say it here today, Big Mom, her powers, the way it looks, she can control / manipulate life. My guess here is that she's eaten the life no me. There are 4 things I'm going to talk about when it comes to this theory video as to why I believe that she has consumed the life no me. There is a chance that she still could have another power, like perhaps it is the witch no me, if that's even still a thing now, or perhaps it's an energy layer thing, like an energy manipulation type of devil fruit. But at this point in time, I want to say that Big Mom, she is a vitality human, because she consumed the life no me. Now, when it comes to the 4 points I'm going to use for this video, number 1, this is the living inanimate objects like the ship, like the carpet, like a lamp, like her hat. They're alive. And before this chapter, all they really did was say like one word like over and over again, like ship, shippu, 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 or carpet, 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 something like that. Like they were Pokemon. But as of the latest chapter, you can see like the cloud and like the sun inanimate object like talking to each other like in earnest. It was an actual conversation between the two about how uncontrollable she was because she wanted some croquembouche and her illness of an eating disorder kicked in. And not only that, but when it comes to the croquembouche themselves, they are alive and they actually have more substantive dialogue as opposed to previously where it was just ship, shippu, shippu, or carpet, carpet. So you get my point here. So the fact that these things are alive, in the previous chapter, we saw them all surrounding Big Mom. As Big Mom was singing, there was like a band there, and they were talking about how like there was this sacrifice and then Straw Hats here. And that chapter, that panel, where you saw all these things around her alive, that was when I was kind of like, you know what? All of these inanimate objects that are alive, it's probably her doing. So that you really can't confirm if it's actually her doing or not. But odds are it is her doing. And if she did that, then she gave them life. So how could she do that? Well, she could either be a witch and it's magic, or she can manipulate life itself. And the way things go in One Piece, as of yet, there is no magic per se. Like, you have devil fruits themselves that give you powers, but the powers are not magic oriented. So to have a witch-based magic oriented power would be abnormal when it comes to the way Oda has laid out his fighting structure, his combat ski when it comes to the series One Piece. So that's point number 1. Once again, the inanimate objects that are alive. Now the second point, previous chapter. Whoa, okay. So the 16th son of the Troller family, I think it's 16th, Muscat. Muscat's trying to stop Big Mom because Big Mom was going on a rampage throughout the capital of Totland, Sweet City, because she wanted some croquembouche. And then Muscat, cool dude, gets in her way, tries to stop Mama. But Mama is a massive bitch and she's crazy. Alright? Deadly combo. Super deadly combo. So what happened was, even though Muscat is her son, she apparently was in such a haze, in such a frenzy, that she did not recognize her own son, her 16th son. And then she says, life or treat. At that point in time, Muscat knew he done fucked up. And Muscat starts to freak out. And when he freaks out, a substance starts to emit from his body, which then he runs away. Big Mom grabs the substance and then says 40 years. Muscat falls to the ground, at this point in time, supposedly dead. And according to one of the people watching, I'm assuming like Muscat's brother, he said, and I quote, "Muscat, calm down. If you cower, she'll take your lifespan away. She will take specifically your lifespan, your life force. She's just gonna take it away." Now, that right there, people, is just a huge flag in favor of Big Mom can control / manipulate life. And that substance that emitted from Muscat before he got KO'd was probably his life force, which she could somehow force from his body and then just grab it. Now, what happened to the life force afterwards, I'm not too sure, but I will talk about that in point number 4. That being said, the fact of the matter is that she said life or treat. Specifically, life or treat. That could be different because this is the manga stream translation. But for now, life or treat. She takes it, Muscat, bye-bye. And That's it. Massive evidence for the life no me. Now, point number 3. This is the fact that Big Mom has given birth to 39 daughters and 45 sons. And she has like 42 some odd husbands. That is extremely abnormal. But Big Mom, apparently, despite the way she looks and just the sheer levels of insanity she can output, apparently she's a very fertile woman. And apparently there are some dudes out there that actually want to pork Big Mom. So, I mean, I salute these men. I salute them. But the fact of the matter here is Big Mom is able to have many children. She is very fertile. Oh, God, you know what? I just thought about it. Christ. The goddess of fertility, like excluding the beauty and the love and whatnot. Yikes. But you get my point here. So when you break that down to its simplest form, she's able to produce a lot of life via her children. All right, again, you have 39 daughters and 45 sons. This would be assigned to her vitality, where she can just pop out kids like a sick person would pop in cough drops. It's pretty insane. So that's important to note. Again, it's very abnormal to have a family of 129 people with 39 daughters and 45 sons. Big Mom is rocking some intense vitality. Just how Brook has this feature of the Yomi Yomi no Mi, where his flesh has decayed away, his soul beats at a higher frequency. It's an after effect of his devil fruit, if you would. Where in her case, the after effect would be her body in some ways is abnormal because of the life no mi, where she can have so many kids. And in Brook's case, it would be he's a skeleton. He should not be able to live, but yet here he stands, yo ho 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 ho, yo ho yo ho ho ho. So you get my point. And this ties to the 4th point, which is her body. Big Mom, as far as I know, is a human. Like from a DNA standpoint, she is human. And we've seen abnormally large humans before. But Big Mom is really, really large. Huge. She is, at this point in time, excluding giants, she is the biggest woman I've seen in the One Piece world. But though, don't quote me on that, because some of the Amazon chicks, they are pretty big themselves. But as far as I can see, as far as I can remember, excluding the giants, once again, Big Mom is the biggest chick I've seen in One Piece. There is a theory that Big Mom, when she was younger, she had some of the giantification experiments done upon her, which may be the case, I don't know. However, her size may also be a byproduct of her devil fruit, where that energy, that vitality, needs a bigger body to store it all, if you would. And on top of that, when I think about how Big Mom, she has these insane eating habits where she needs to have like a certain degree of sweets. Like she eats a lot based on what I've come to understand. We saw her eat a lot of things during her rampage. She ate like part of a building. She ate these like alive cookies and pineapples and whatnot. So Big Mom can eat a lot. And if you note, a character like Luffy, he's known to have very strong vitality, especially considering the fact that he survived Magellan's poison after Ivanko's help. And Luffy eats a fuck ton. Like, so again, it's a correlation of a lot of folks in One Piece that have very high vitality tend to eat a lot as well. And Big Mom, she eats a fuck ton, even though it's mainly sweets at this point in time, and some fruit, so that is a plus. So that being said, those are my 4 points when it comes to Big Mom and the life no mi. And at this point in time, I'm gonna stick with that. This may be wrong. This may change later on depending on more evidence. She may have more powers that are available to her that we haven't seen yet, but from what we've seen thus far, it all points to life. There is one thing I want to add for point number 4, and that's this. When you look at what Big Mom did to Muscat and how she took away the life force, 40 years of his life force, I asked the question, what happened to that life force? And when I think about it, what Big Mom said to him before she did it was life or treat. So in that sense, it was either I take your life or you give me the treat that I want, the croquembouche. So if you think about it from that perspective, it's consumption. Life or treat. Either you feed me life or you feed me the treat I want. So possibly another reason why she'd be so big is because she's taken in the life force of other people. And so she has to house that life force in herself, that vitality in herself. And that's why her body kind of grew over the ages. In fact, there's a chance that Big Mom, she could be like fairly old. Or maybe that life force is converted to things like, let's say, giving birth to a lot of kids. Again, I have to wonder what happened to the life force that she took from Muscat. Did it just disappear? Or did that life force get converted to something else in her own body? Or any other possibility that may exist? So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am done. So give me your thoughts on the matter at hand, and I will see you guys and gals later. Have a nice goddamn day.